So we are all set. Please welcome Manoj on the stage.
Thank you.
Have a huge round of applause for Manoj.
हेलो हैदराबाद. थोड़ी एनर्जी बनाइए भाई. हिंदी आती है? थोड़ा थोड़ा. Awesome. थोड़ी एनर्जी बनाइएगा. I'll speak in English and Hindi mix, right? So this is not about just the technical part, how you can build things in terms of code, how can you develop CRD and any other applications related to cloud and Kubernetes. This is about how can you run Kubernetes at less cost. You can reduce the cost about 60-70% with Utho if you're using other hyperscalers. All right, so before going ahead, since we are meeting first time, is it okay I can tell about me and the Utho? Is it okay? Perfect. So my name is Manoj Dhanda. I am founder and CTO of Utho. Utho is India's first cloud platform. Why from India? So there were no cloud platform in 2016 and 17. And people come to us, they said, we need the cloud resources. We're currently using so-and-so hyperscalers, which were from the international market. Then I decided why no Indian person can build it. Then we researched on it and we started building it. In 2018, we launched India's first cloud platform, Utho. I've been speaking with multiple associations like SOSAM, CII, and other government panels. I also been on the TV channels and the media houses. I love to do podcasting. I love to share what I learned from my life, how I can contribute to the world in terms of sharing my knowledge, sharing what mistake I did, which you can ignore, and success in your life. So this is about Utho. Utho is simple, secure, and reliable platform. And at the same time, we are able to reduce the cost about 60%. So these were the problem which we'll solve. One is complexity, these were challenges, and the concerns from the industries, reliability, high cost, performance, support. I will go a little faster because I have just 10 minutes. So our data center, it's 7 data center across the world, 5 data center in India, 2 data center outside India. We built in the same data center where AWS and other hyperscaler are built their infrastructure. We're using NTT and Equinix infrastructure who are leader in the data center industry. And I'm proud to say that one of the Indian cloud platform is ranked at first on the G2 platform in simplicity. This is one of the achievement for India and Bharat. आप clap कर सकते हैं, right? How many of you want you build something and that particular platform should be used not only in India but by global market? How many of you want? You all are developers, all are innovators, right? This is what dream I see, and we are working on this. So these are the product line we have. We have multiple kind of EC2 scalable instances, high memory, CPU shared, and Kubernetes bare metal, block storage, and other services which a developer's market required. We are continue building it based on the requirement and the feedback from the market. We featured in multiple media houses. This is what we got the feedback from the professional community LinkedIn. Whatever we did, how appreciated it was. These are our clients. These are not to show just how many clients we are serving or what kind of client. These are the giants in their industries. If you look at this particular line, this is cloud telephony. 80% of call from the India, if you call to any toll-free number, call to any bank, call to any education institution, you name any, going from our data center. This is what and how the auto infrastructure is reliable. And these are other clients from different segments, from the manufacturing, from the payment gateways, from the insurance sectors, and so on. So let's talk about Kubernetes now, how Kubernetes is effective with Utho, how you can deploy Kubernetes cluster, how can you manage at the lowest cost, and with the simplicity. So these are the cutting edge technology we are using in our Kubernetes cluster. You don't need to install it. It's automatically built for the higher network and the storage performance. So this is the demonstration. This is the video recorded because I have only 10 minutes. So I have to go to the Kubernetes clusters. Then we have a screen to deploy. We can select any location you want to deploy. You put the name of the cluster. Select the Kubernetes version that you required. Add the node pool you need. These are the node groups. You can add as many as 250 node pools in just single cluster. You can select the VPC cluster, select the cloud firewalls, the security group in your Kubernetes. You don't need to separately manage it. You can do it from the user interface only. You can select the CPU model you require for specific applications and the performance. Done. It will take just 5 seconds or maybe 1 or 2 minutes to deploy up to 15, 20 nodes. This is as fast as it is. So once it is deployed, it will show all the node pools where you can see the monitoring graphs, users utilizations. So these are the node pool groups and the nodes which is attached. You can see all the memory, all the CPU and bandwidth utilizations here. If you need to resize this particular group, you can do it from here. You can add multiple nodes, or you want to add the new node pool, you can do it from the screen as well. If you forget to add the security groups, you can add from here. You can add as many as security group to a single cluster. Then you can download the kube config file to connect with the cluster. Once this is done, is it visible? No. Yeah, so this is ready with 2 nodes, right? So you'll have the same experience what you're having with the different hyperscalers. So now this is how our Kubernetes cluster have their own controller with the CRD. If you want to deploy any application with the Utho load balancer, it will be deployed automatically at Utho. This is how you need to deploy the YAML files. We have the sample files which you can modify or you can make your own. So this is service created. So we have 2 types of load balancers. One is network and second is application load balancer. So this is for the application load balancer. So this video basically has a audio with it, but due to the presentation, we have muted it. So we explain everything, how you can assign the node ports, how you can expose any port on the load balancer automatically. You will have the live status of the load balancer. It's now in the pending state, deploying. So this is all about how can you have the same experience what you already have. Because saving cost should not result in, leaving your comfort zone. Saving cost should not something leaving your reliability. Yes. So you see automatically all the target groups are created. The nodes are added automatically. And the load balancer deployed. Now if you go to the load balancer IP address, we'll see how it works. Yes, so load balancer is done, and you have the load balancer IP. Done. So this is the load balancer. You have the access of your app services. This is about the network. I'll skip it. Now let's talk about if you have the same experience, would you have the better performance? Yes, with Utho, you will have the better performance with any hyperscalers. We promise and we make commitment to provide you double performance as compared to any hyperscalers. So these are the benchmarks we did with all the hyperscalers. You name any, AWS, Azure, and GCP. We're using the leaders in the data center industry, the same used by them. We're using the Dell and HP servers because to provide you the reliability and better performance in terms of your instances. We're using latest AMD and the Intel CPUs. We're using SAP storage for the scalability. With the SAP, you can add as many as petabytes you want to add in storage. We're using the KVM technology used by all hyperscalers. So all the technologies, same technologies, same data centers, the better hardware, and at the less price. This is what Utho is doing. This is what Indian cloud provider is doing in the market. What I believe is, if you are in India, why you pay in dollars? US market having the high buying rate. That's why everything is costly. Why the Indian market should pay that amount? Why should not Indian market to pay in INRs and get the resources at the lowest price? So you will get the lowest price, but you will have all the technology, all the data center infrastructure better what other hyperscalers are using. So this is our architecture of the network. Anything goes down in a network, an ISP, a device, or a particular network cable, your network will never go down. It is on highly scalable, high availability. Uh, this is what our rack capacity, just 2 minutes. This is what our rack capacity. When we talk about scalability, so we have in single rack about 18,000 GB of the RAM capacity. And we have about 3,072 CPUs in just a single rack. And imagine our data center having thousands of rack capacity. So scalability is no more concern here. We're using 40 Gbps private network and 10 Gbps public network for the better network performance. And when you pay for your resources, you can pay for the hourly. You can go for the longer term, for example, monthly and the annually billing for getting the non-predictable billings, right? So you will have the predictable billing with the monthly and hourly billings. 24 hours human support, which will not get from anywhere. If you have any challenges in your application or architecture, you can feel free to call our support. We will not charge anything for a phone call, just to have a talk with you. This is the price comparison. This is how much you can save with Utho. And imagine, if you have a 100-node cluster with any hyperscalers, it will cost about $80,000. You count with any configuration. This is just an estimate. With Utho, the same resources will get about $12,000. This is what an Indian provider is doing. This is what you can save for your organizations. So this is what Vijay is one of the Pune company, one of the MNC. They moved from the AWS and they save about 30 to 40%. Not only this, they did a lot of innovations with Utho. They built some operators with us. They said, wow, maja aa gaya. We never see such platform, the cost part. Not only they save cost, they save jobs in their organizations. They save the products which was stopped due to the high cost. You may experience you building something and you got a call from your manager, hey, please stop it. It's about 18 hours, your server is still running. right? They're building faster with us. And we also doing the collaborations. So my vision is not just to provide services. My vision, how India can grow, how any developer market from India can grow. And we are finding people who can take us to the people who really need Utho's services. So this is what we did. ये फोटो नहीं आ रहा है, कर सकते हैं कुछ, उसको रिफ्रेश कीजिएगा प्लीज, चेक इंटरनेट चल रहा है क्या, इंटरनेट नहीं चल रहा है. So we tied up with Shubham, who running a YouTube channel and who is the DevOps trainer. How many of you know Shubham? Trained with Shubham channel? How many of you know? Okay, thank you. I'll show it. Perfect. Then we can move ahead अगर नहीं आ रहा है तो, है ना? This is what is. आएगा. What I learned in the life, if any glitch is coming, whoever coming on the stage, screen नहीं चल रहा है, कुछ भी है, you can clap, right? You standing here for you, not for anyone else. Thank you. So we did collaborations with Train with Shubham, and Shubham come to us and say, hey Manoj, we need help. We are using AWS, and the people who come to me for the training purpose, they need to spend the thousands of rupees at the AWS. And there are people who don't have such money. Can you help them? Can you help them out? And we say, yeah, this is what we need. This is what we want to do. So we collaborate with Shivam. We are supporting up to 500 students who are using Utho services for next 3 months free of cost. Right? So if any of you are here trainer who train people, who help other to come to the market, learn DevOps services, feel free to talk to our team. We will be able to help you to provide free credits for your students. Now, you listen patiently. This is what I have to offer for you. Any of you can get, for next 30 days, the free infrastructure from Utho. Up to 50,000 rupee credit you will have. You can scan this QR code for the 50,000 rupee credit. And if you are from the large corporation, you have the large infrastructure, and you feel like, hey, 50,000 mein kya hoga bhai? Hai na? So you can come to our booth, you can fill that particular boarding pass, where you will have up to 25 lakhs credit for next 3 months for try and experience Utho platform. Thank you so much.
Please hang tight. Don't move here and there. Please have a huge round of applause for Manoj.